Hey, welcome to part one of my Wig Master Class. This is a video for beginners, specifically for the girls who are wig curious. Women who will say, I really want something that is protective, that is not going to require me to put heat or color or tension on my hair, but they're afraid to try wigs because they think that it's going to look too fake and too wiggy. I just really want to give you good options. All right, so let's get to it. This is a full lace unit. It is glueless, and this is what I call a natural looking install. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe. I am going to be doing many parts to the Wig Master Class. This is just part one, so please subscribe so you don't miss other parts. All right, let's get to it. The first thing we're going to have to do is prep the wig. And this is if you're dealing with a brand new wig. The 3 steps to prepping the wig are tinting the lace if you need to, tightening the band so that it fits your head really snug, and then cutting the lace off. This is the wig that I'm using. So I intentionally chose something that wasn't super high quality. The reason I did that is because it's easier to make a very high quality wig look natural because the quality of the lace is better, the quality of the hair is better. Because you know, if I show you a beautiful install on a $2,000 unit, like anybody can do that. You can basically just throw it on your head. So I wanted to show you how to make something like kind of mid, still look really natural and pretty so that regardless of what your budget is, you can still get a really natural, pretty install. Who makes this? This is Sensational What Lace. It says it's a human hair and premium fiber blend, 26 inches in the color Melt Gold. So first let's talk about the lace. This is a 13x6 lace closure. The number 13x6 is telling you how big it is. So this is 13 inches this way and then 6 inches deep. And that's a very wide piece of lace. It's just gonna tell you how much parting space you have. If you know that you're just always gonna wanna wear a center part, a very shallow center part, you don't need to pay for a huge lace closure because you're not going to use all that lace. But if you want the flexibility to part, like do a deep part on the side or to do a really deep middle part, then you're going to want a bigger piece of lace. All right, and let's look at the quality of this lace. So again, this was a $75 unit, not crazy expensive. You can see that this is giving it a little bit of a white cast because you can see how it's white on my skin. So I know I'm going to need to tint that a little bit. That's not as complicated as it sounds. I'm going to quickly spray the inside of the lace, okay? I want the color of the lace to match the color of my scalp. So there are a bunch of lace tint products out there. I personally like airbrush legs. So this is not intended for wigs, this is intended for your legs. But the reason that I like it is because if you were putting on your legs, it's the color of your skin. So it's gonna give you a really natural skin tone. And it also is water resistant and transfer proof, so it's not gonna get onto your hair or on any kind of wig cap that you're wearing. If you don't want to tint, if it's too much trouble, then just make sure whatever wig cap you put on underneath, and we're gonna talk about the caps in a second, make sure the wig cap is as close to scalp color as possible, because then at least that's what you'll be seeing through the lace. So I've turned the unit inside out, and I'm just gonna spray the lace. I just want it to look a little more like scalp. And now let's see what it's giving. Much, much better. So I've kind of eliminated that white. So step 2 of prep is adjusting the sizing. Now, sorry, my dog is having an allergy attack. Those are adorable little sneezes. So the better the quality of the wig, the more options you'll have for adjusting. So for example, this band, if this was a high quality wig, would be adjustable. So really the only option that you have, it's like a bra strap hook, and it has a number of different places you can hook it in and connect it. So I'm gonna put it on without tightening it all to see how tight I need to make it. Generally they run big because these are mass market. They want it to fit everybody's head. And so they have to make them kind of big so that they will fit everybody's head. So this is actually not terrible in terms of the sizing. I don't hate it at all. I'm gonna connect these 2 girls to each other. And so that's gonna give me a nice snug fit. The last thing I wanna do for prep, I'm gonna cut the lace first before putting it on. Okay, so I recommend these scissors. These are blunt tips, okay? And I just like them because they're not gonna make any holes in the lace, they're not gonna tear it, they're just gonna help you cut it. And when I'm cutting it, I wanna cut it like into this hairline. I want it to be as close to the hairline as possible. Again, if you were doing an install, gluing it down, you need some space to glue the lace to your skin around the perimeter of your hair, but I'm not doing that. So I wanna cut it really close into the hairline. Pick the lace up, start cutting it, and I'm gonna let the weight of the wig just like pull it down, okay? You want a jagged motion. If the line is too straight, it won't look natural when it's on your skin. A jagged line is gonna make it blend better with your skin. And I'm cutting like in a downward motion, because if you hold it by the lace and then you cut in that downward motion, the wig will pull away. Now it's been cut, the lace has been cut all the way to the hairline. I'm loving the blend with the airbrush legs. It looks really good. Okay, so now it's time to prep your own hair. Now the goal here is to make your hair as flat as possible. So the amount of work that you're gonna have to do depends on how thick your hair is. So for someone like me, I do not have thick hair. I have very thin hair. So making it flat is really very easy. So what I typically do, gather it in the back, I twist my little 2 scoops of hair. I love my 2 scoops of hair. I love and appreciate every strand I have. I twist them up, and then I just take a clip, and I clip it, okay, and now I'm ready to put a cap on. If you do know how to cornrow and you have thicker hair, a lot of people will do very tiny braids going back. Another thing that you can do is 2 braids, pull everything in the back, 2 braids, crisscross them, and then pin them up on the side like a braid crown. Is really gonna depend on how thick your own hair is. But once you have it as flat as you can get it, then you're gonna wanna put a cap on it. You don't have to put a cap on, so we'll talk about that in a second, but let's assume you're gonna use a cap. So you pretty much have 3 options. There's the classic bald cap, stocking cap. This is a wig grip band. It attaches with Velcro. You just put it on. This part should line up with where you want your part. So if you're doing a center part, you would put it in the center. If you're doing a side part, you can move it to the side. And what happens is the velvet keeps the wig from sliding. My preference by far is this cap. This wig grip cap is the combination basically of those 2, and it's the best of both worlds. You put it on and it has the velvet on the sides to keep the wig in place. So it acts as like a bald cap and the wig grip cap in one. And then you're gonna connect it in the back. And then I slide it all the way back to my natural hairline. Okay, so it's right on my natural hairline, and boom. So now we're ready to put this girl on. All right. Not her being naughty from the beginning. Come on, girl. Naughty like K-N-O-T. Get it? All right, so now we're gonna put her on. A lot of people do the whole upside down thing. I do not, because sometimes that interferes with the positioning of the ball cap in the front. So I like to just do this back to front placement. Okay. Oh, she's very snug. I love that. All right, line the ear flaps up. The comb, I'm gonna insert right in the middle, so that gives me a reference point for center. Okay, all right, so she's on. So I wanna slide this back to right the edge, okay, right where the bald cap is. All right, so the first thing we wanna do is decide where we want to part. Okay, I have strong feelings about this. A center part is gonna make your lace more noticeable. Why? When people speak to you, presumably they're looking you in the eyes. So if the part is right here, all it takes is one glance up from your eyes and they're staring directly at your lace. A side part, especially a deep side part, is going to hide the lace better because people are just not gonna be staring at it. All right, so I'm gonna do like a deep side part. Yes, okay, deep side part. Okay, and also not a straight part. A straight part makes your lace much more noticeable. So you see that this is like, it's kind of a C part, but it's just a very natural parting. It's like the way you're, you know, if you just woke up in the morning and ran your fingers through your hair, this is, you know, the part you might get. Now we gotta work on this hairline, making the hairline look natural. The first thing you wanna do is get the hair out of the way so we can focus just on the hairline. Okay, so remember, we're doing a glueless, beginner-friendly install. As you can see, this is fine, this is fitting fine, and we're gonna get it to melt in a second. Melting is when you get everything to blend in perfectly with your skin. So we're gonna get to that. The problem is the ear flaps, right? What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna free just a little bit of my edges from here to here. Okay, just gonna pull some edges out. And then I'm going to tuck this. I'm gonna tuck it. Okay. This is a straight pin. That's important because it won't make holes in the lace. If you use a regular bobby pin, it could make holes in the lace. So I just tuck that underneath, take this straight pin, and I'm gonna pin that flap under. I'm basically connecting it with the wig grip cap underneath. If I need to tuck more, I can. Like this needs to be tucked a little bit. Tuck her under. I just tucked that under the lip of the cap. So I didn't even need a pin for that. Okay. And I want to free a little bit more of my hair here. Okay. That's it. It'll blend seamlessly. And now we just have to melt the perimeter. All right, now I said this was glueless, but I am gonna use a little bit of adhesive in the form of hairspray. Now this is not for like a grip that like someone could pull you by the hair and the wig will still stay on. That's not what this is for. This is just so we don't have any lifting lace. You see how we can still see these edges? Okay, I wanna get rid of that. Really any hairspray should do it, okay? You're gonna put the nozzle right up to the lace and you're gonna spray. And while it's wet, lay it with that comb, and it's best if you have a blow dryer or some kind of little fan, little handheld fan to help you dry it and lay it. Here is where quality really comes into play. The better the quality of the lace, the better it's gonna melt. She's fighting me quite a bit. These little edges are still sticking up. You see these little edges here? So what I have found works really well is some mousse. This is the Dew Mousse Def because it's a little bit heavier. This should work better. So let's get all that hair going the right way and then just use the tail of the comb to lay this down. Okay, so now it's dry, much better. And then this is a really, really important step. Do not skip this step. You want to use some kind of makeup remover and just clean up your skin around because this is going to dry and look flaky and weird. Skin is clean, lace is as melted as it's going to be. You won't have anything lifting. We're just going to finish up with a little bit of makeup. So I like to use a fluffy brush. You want to take a contour shade, so something that is one shade darker than your own skin tone. Why? Because the perimeter of your face is darker than the rest of your face. Okay, and then I'm gonna really get in there. This is why the fluffy brush is important. It's gonna destroy your brush, by the way, so use a cheap brush. Just to finish up, I'm going to take some root spray to try to camouflage, as much of that lace as possible because I can see some in here. So I'm just gonna hit it with some root spray and like darken it up. Oh, that's good. That worked out perfectly. Now I'm feeling good about this. Okay. Take it off, we're just going to pull the pin out here, and then for the adhesive, the hairspray, the mousse, you just need some kind of oil. So I like to use a sheen spray because I can spray it on in the same way that I spray the hairspray on. You start where there's no adhesive, no resistance, and you just work your way through. And that's it. It takes seconds. And she's off. Okay, so here's the one thing that I do want you to take away from everything that I just did. This is supposed to be easy. You can skip a lot of the steps. You don't have to tint the lace. You don't have to wear a cap underneath. If you line up the part of your hair with the part of the wig, the lace will show your scalp underneath. You don't have to use any hairspray to try to lay those edges down. You can just wear it truly glueless. And keep in mind, a lot of the steps that we did here, you'll only have to do them once. You only have to tint the lace once. You only have to adjust the bands once. You only have to cut the lace off the front one time. Just keep in mind that a lot of the things that we did here were to prepare the wig, and that every time you wear it moving forward, it'll be easier because those things are already done. So thank you for watching part 1 of my Wig Master Class. I'm going to do several more parts. I'm going to do U part and V part wigs. I'm going to do wig maintenance, including alterations if you need to make it smaller. So there's a lot more to get to. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you liked it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, share the video with someone else who might like it. I really appreciate all the love and support.